Like from pharmacy to the sea.
Pharmacy as a career does not give me the fulfillment. There was this voice telling me that this is what you should do, this is your calling, this is where you belong.
What did your pharmacy degree teach you about discipline and problem solving?
The amount of trash and marine debris combine our passion as scuba divers and leave an impact. Although the seas sometimes look clean, but we need to take care and limit the littering of trash and be mindful.
How did you grow awareness?
We believe that kids are the leaders of tomorrow. 50% of our volunteers are women. We were able to remove more than 20 tons of waste. Dolphin season has come back.
How did you grow awareness?
We don't have our own boat or our own gear. 45 minutes to free this octopus.
Welcome to Jordan Unplugged, the podcast where we go beyond the headlines and sit quietly with the people shaping this country. I'm your host, Aya Tawil, brought to you by the Jordan Times. Today's guest chose a path that most people wouldn't expect a pharmacist to take. Seif Madanat holds a bachelor's degree in pharmacy, but somewhere along the way, the ocean called and he answered. He's the founder of ProjectSea, an initiative that's doing something simple but urgent, cleaning our waters one dive at a time. Welcome to Jordan Unplugged, Seif.
Hi, Aya. Thank you so much for hosting me. It's a pleasure being with you in Jordan Unplugged in the first episode.
We're so lovely to have you, and especially we're very excited to hear about such a great initiative. First, I would love to start with the unexpected pivot, like from pharmacy to the sea. What did your pharmacy degree teach you about discipline and problem solving, and how that mindset carried over into environmental work?
Okay, so let me start with my childhood. So ever since I was a child, I've always been inspired by the sea, and it was my happy place in summer vacations. And so pursuing pharmacy as a career for myself was based on the parents' wish,
Of course,
conventional.
yeah. Like most parents.
Exactly. So my dad is a pharmacist, my mom is a pharmacy assistant, my brother is a pharmacist. So I was good at school, have high grades. So my options were limited, either like being a doctor or pursuing pharmacy, since there's a business, or going to engineering. These were my options. But I'm so happy and grateful to have pursued this path, because it taught me a lot about the scientific background, the chemistry of the seas, and I combined the passion that I loved the sea with my profession. And then the pivot happened when I saw that a pharmacy as a career does not give me the fulfillment and the self-actualization that I want, or I want to pursue in life. So that's why I started my, let's say, like my pivot or my career as passion career in diving 15 years ago.
That's amazing. I mean, it takes a lot of courage. So that's amazing, honestly. How was your first experience? Can you tell us, were you alone? Were you with friends or family?
So before being a certified scuba diver, I actually did something called Discovery Scuba Dive almost 20 times. Usually people do it once and then they decide whether they like the sea or not. To me, I didn't have the time to take my first certificate. So every time and everywhere I used to travel, I used to do a fun dive, up until it was my 25th birthday. I decided to take some time alone, went to Aqaba for 3 days, didn't tell anyone about my plans, and I celebrated my birthday getting my first degree in diving. I remember my first dive in that specific course. It was along the Cedar Pride, the sunken ship in Aqaba, and there was this voice telling me that this is what you should do. This is your calling. This is where you belong. So I love the sea. It grounds me. It's a place for meditation for me.
So it's true, the ocean called and you answered.
I did.
That's amazing.
Indeed.
And do you think any the beginners can start diving directly with ProjectSea, or do they have to be certified or professional at diving?
So let me tell you more or a little bit about ProjectSea and how it started.
Please,
So
yes.
what happened, as I told you, I started scuba diving and I got certified 15 years ago, and then I got much more certifications in diving, and I traveled almost all the seas and oceans in the world, scuba diving and learning more about the marine biology. But what happened and the changing point or the like everything happened with Project C is when I met the co-founder of Project C, Bisan Sharif, my business partner, and we met during COVID in
Okay.
2020, and we went for a dive in King Abdullah Reef, one of the favorite dive sites in our favorite dive sites in Aqaba. But we were surprised to see the amount of trash and marine debris that has been left behind, especially because people started using plastic almost 2 to 3 folds more past COVID. So we decided to combine our passion as scuba divers and leave an impact by cleaning the sea. So I gave you this introduction just to tell you
How
the main challenge was how to get volunteers and how to have someone to help us do what we want to do, because it was very ambitious to clean the sea by 2 people. So we started calling scuba divers, and they replied, and it was a very positive impact from the very positive, sorry, outcome from scuba divers, that they all came, showed up in the first dive, and this is where it took place. Now, many people ask us how can we support and how can we help in Project C. The only condition is for volunteers, they have to be certified scuba divers, just to ensure their safety and the safety of the marine environment.
Okay, thank you, Saif. And so the people's reactions when you first launched Project C, is it what you expected, or was there any not negative feedback, but somewhere was there any negative comments, or how was their reaction?
For scuba divers, it's normal to clean the sea, and it's nothing out of the norm. But for the public and maybe my parents, my close friends, seeing me pivot from a professional career
Yeah.
and go to cleaning the sea, I think there was some skepticism. Also, the locals of Aqaba thought that we're coming just to show off instead of like helping the marine environment. But that only took a while, and then they saw that actually Project T is doing a positive impact and gives a fair chance to all dive centers and all the locals, provides them with jobs. So the beginning was a bit hard. There was, as I told you, skepticism mainly from my part, but no. Now it's it's great. We're welcomed. We consider ourselves. I consider myself as an Aqaba local now, because I spend most of my time there, and I'm always, like in contact with the locals there and the dive centers and the sea in specific.
Wow, I'm
Mhm.
honestly very excited to maybe start doing something with you guys with Project
You
C.
should come. You should come.
But
Yeah.
I have to take my certificate first. And Saif, how did you grow awareness, or what are the things that you try to focus on to grow Project C?
Since the inception of Project C, as you said, it started as an initiative, and we saw that there's so much attention from the public about the amount of trash that we extract each time from the sea. So almost a year into Project C, we decided that cleanup campaigns by itself does not really do much. So what we wanted to do is to come up with pillars and values that shape the organization. Uh, First and foremost was education and raising awareness. So we used our social media accounts to create content to show people what lies beneath the sea, and to tell them that although the seas sometimes look clean, but we need to take care and limit the littering of trash and be mindful when we go on a picnic or we go to the beach to collect the disposables and all the things that we have. So it was our social media platforms. Then comes the media. Media really focused on what we do, and thanks to media, we're able to even spread our message on a wider, let's say, arena. It started with Jordan, and then like global media outlets also were interested to cover about this guy and girl that started cleaning the sea in Aqaba. Also, as part of awareness and education, we also go to schools, work closely with kids, because we believe that kids are the leaders of tomorrow,
Of course.
and they have a big impact in changing the reality of today. So this reminds me of me as a kid and my late father. He always used to tell me that if you were able to leave the world a little bit better than when you entered, this would be the greatest achievement of life. So we empower kids. We teach them about marine biology. We published a book about a children's book about the marine environment, and also an activity book for kids that's called the Marine or the Sea Guardians. That's the first pillar about education and raising awareness. Other pillars are women empowerment, because 50% of our volunteers are women. We've done 5 cleanup campaigns in participation of women only. Third one is supporting local businesses. And as you can see, ProjectSea has a line of merchandise in collaboration with local entities. And also, ProjectSea supports local businesses like dive centers and the fishermen and Aqaba locals. And finally, it's creating a community of like-minded people. We're the first ones to create a community of divers, and not only divers that are conscious consumers.
Wow, that's amazing. I'm really blessed and to have someone like you in our first episode. Did you notice any difference in water quality since the first day that you started? Let's say the first day that you started with ProjectSea.
So I think action with ProjectSea takes time, and effect also takes time. But today we're running for the 6th consecutive year in ProjectSea, and we've done more than 70 cleanup campaigns. We were able to remove more than 20 tons of waste, which is equivalent to 500,000 pieces of actual marine debris, 70 or 80% of which is plastic. So definitely, we've
You've
seen positive impact. We've seen dive sites that were heavily polluted, and they're now new, or came back to being the habitat for marine animals and fish that should supposed to be living there. Also, we've seen many species that we haven't seen in years. This year, we've witnessed manta rays in Aqaba. Dolphin season has come back to normal. So last year, from April to mid-June, we had dolphins on almost daily basis. This year also we have dolphins. We've seen whale sharks. We've seen also octopi, many octopus species. Many animals have reappeared. Eagle rays. Like I need to keep account of the appearances, and this this is the reward of like cleaning the sea. It's much bigger than like actually just doing
cleaning.
it or
Yeah.
just doing a job and just getting a salary at the end of the day. This is the aftermath of it. The aftermath of cleaning the sea is
taking care of the environment
it's
and the
absolutely
species.
amazing. Yeah.
And do you think this is it like this is the way how you track progress of ProjectSea and you track progress of the outcomes?
So in ProjectSea, we don't work alone. This is very important. We work with the authorities. We work with Aqaba Marine Reserve. We work with the Marine Science Station, and there's a log of all the trash that we find, and we know that each dive site has a different type of marine debris. Some would be industrial, some would be from picnics, and others. So impact is the amount of dives that we've done, the amount of the number of people that have joined us, the amount of marine debris that we were able to retrieve, the weight of that, logging it into our databases and the Aqaba Marine Reserve database as well, and finally tracking the quality of water, the quality of corals, and also the marine the appearances of marine creatures.
How does success looks to you? You said you've mentioned to us that this is the sixth year in a row for ProjectSea, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, how does success look to you after all these 6 years?
Oh, so it's a hard question actually, but I would say that success is measured by the satisfaction that you feel after a cleanup dive and after knowing that we've cleaned certain sites and they they're now a beautiful, pristine dive sites. Success is also the satisfaction of all the volunteers and the retention rate of all the volunteers. Whenever we announce a cleanup dive, Aya, we always have a wait list of volunteers. As I told you, we started as an initiative. Funding was a problem for us at the beginning, so we weren't able to like host everyone until now because we don't have our own boat or our own gear equipments. So we always like accept a certain cap of people every cleanup dive, but every cleanup dive the lists fill in 5 minutes. I think this is success to us. Success is the also is a measure of being recognized locally and globally on what we do, and success is also taking care of Aqaba marine life, because Aqaba marine life is the most resilient and the most unique, has a selection of the most unique corals globally. These corals can withstand the temperature raise, like water temperature raise up to 6 degrees, different than any type of corals globally. Corals in other areas can only withstand 1.5 degrees and then it starts bleaching. So I always say that Aqaba corals is exactly like Jordanians, resilient, stubborn, and thriving under pressure. So it holds the key for survival of all corals and species all over the world. So I think this is how we define success.
Great, that's great. And very interesting, actually, and new information for all of us, I'm sure. Was there a single moment underwater that changed the way you think or changed your perspective? Or let's say a special moment underwater?
We have many special moments under the water, but one was when Bisan, my friend, helped a female octopus that was entangled in a fishing line, and that encounter also almost took 45 minutes to free this octopus. And you see how the octopus and Bisan started having this connection. When the octopus realized that Bisan was trying to help her. So we saw that the octopus was rolling its tentacles around her arms and telling her every time, like, okay, give it another try until we feed it. Another moment was on our first cleanup campaign. We found a juvenile octopus also trapped in a soda can, and we were able to send it back to the sea. And this was the inspiration of our children's book. We wrote a children's book about marine pollution from the marine animals perspective, and it's now in schools. Many schools adopted this book and took this book as part of their curriculum. Um, Under the sea, even if you're stressed, even if you're overworked, even if you're tired, even if you're having personal issues, being floating under the sea and diving gives you this beautiful feeling that frees you. It grounds you also. So yeah, there's always a new moment, and there's always an amazing moment under the sea. But I think the ones that I mentioned were the top two for us.
That's great. Thank you, Seif. You've shown us that protecting our environment doesn't require a degree in marine biology. In fact, it requires a decision, the decision to show up, dive in, and care. Thank you for bringing that spirit to Jordan Unplugged. If you'd like to learn more about ProjectSea or get involved, we'll have all the links in the show notes. And if today's conversation made you stop and think about the world beneath the water's surface, share it, because this is how this kind of work grows. I'm Ayat Tawil. This is Jordan Unplugged, represented by the Jordan Times. We'll see you in the next episode.